Hello everyone, welcome to Computer Science and IT Gate Coaching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the instant notification of my free lecture. Now see, today we are going to see maximum and minimum of an array. Okay, that you have to find the maximum number, minimum number of an array using minimum number of comparison. Okay, maximum is very important, very important. It is asked in your gate. It is even your gate previous year question. Gate previous year question. And even these questions are asked in many interviews like in many product based companies or in service based company. This question is asked many times, even asked in when asked in many interviews. Okay, it is asked in many interviews also. So it is saying the topic name is maximum and minimum, maximum and minimum of an array, maximum minimum of an array. Okay. So you have to find maximum and minimum of an array. Yeah, good evening, Dharmendra. You have to find maximum and minimum of an array using using minimum minimum number of minimum number of minimum number of minimum number of you have to do minimum number of okay, maximum and minimum of an array using minimum number of okay. So how given an array, how you can find the maximum and minimum of an array? Okay, can take. So I have given you one array. I have given you one array, and you have to find me, and you have to find the given this array, the minimum and maximum of this array. Okay, minimum and maximum of this array. Now, how you can find it? So this way, by means like by using it means by using rationalizing n1 n minus 1 comparison. It means by using your linear search. By using linear search, you want to find the comparison. So that is not going to give you the minimum one, but this is also the method one. So that also we will take. Okay. So we are going in a approx. Okay. So we are having three methods. One is by linear search, another by the using the binary search, the concept of binary search. We are not going to implement binary search, but with that we are going to find the minimum number of comparison. We are having three methods. Okay. So first I will go with the binary in that linear search that you saying n minus 1. So method 1 is the simple. Okay, this is a very important topic. Okay, that is simple linear search. By using simple linear search, by using simple linear search, you will find the minimum and minimum element and maximum element of an array. Now see how to do. So first I will give you the algorithm. So right, initialize 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 values of mean and max, mean and max as minimum, as minimum, as minimum and as minimum and maximum of first two elements to respectively. Okay. Now see, method one is saying that initialize values of mean and max as minimum and maximum of first two element respectively. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to initialize the value of minimum and maximum as so initialize the value of mean and max as minimum and maximum of first two element respectively. Means they have in the array you are going to get first two element. So first two element you compare that and you initialize the minimum value as mean in mean and maximum value as max. Okay. Now after that, see what I mean. So if you are, they have given you some array. So first take two element of this array and do declare two value like mean and max. So in mean you initialize the minimum value, and in max out of these two which is the maximum you means you assign that. So see, you have to assign the minimum value of these two in mean and maximum value of these two in max. Okay, understood? Is it clear? If you are having doubt, then you can ask me. Now after that starting from starting from third starting from that third index, compare compare each element with, you have to compare each element with with max and mean. With max, you have to compare each element with max and mean, and then you have to change max and mean, change max and mean accordingly you have to change it. That is, if the element that is if the element is smaller than than mean, then change the mean and change the mean. Else else the element else if the element else if the element greater than the element is greater than max, then change change change. Okay, then you have to change the else if the element else if the element is greater else if the element is greater than max, then change change. Else ignore the element. Else ignore the element. Okay. So after from the index 3, you have to check whether it is greater than the max, then update the max. Whether it is smaller than the mean, then update the mean. Okay. Now we will write the code. So you have to return, means if I will call that function, you have to return the value mean and max, minimum as well as maximum. Okay. So how you can return single value is going to return only one value. So for that, since you want to return two values like minimum as well as maximum, you require another data structure, that is structure here. So we need to declare here a structure. Okay. To include this, the code I am writing view dot h. So I am creating one struct called pair. Why I am doing like this? Because I need to return both the value minimum as well as the maximum. Okay. Int mean, int max, because one value is going to return only one, either minimum or maximum, but I want to return both the values, minimum of the array, maximum of the array. That's why I'm declaring a structure. Okay, is it done? We'll write the function. Since the function is going to return the two structure, so return type should be struct pair. So return type will be struct pair, and the function name is get mean max, and here I am taking the array, int array, int n, the size of the array, and the size of the array. Now declare the value struct pair min max. That min max is going to have the both the values. It will have min max is going to have both the values mean and max. Okay, so min max is the variable of structure type, Now we will declare another value int I. Okay, this we will require. Now check if n equal to 1 means if the number of element in the array is 2, because I am starting this, since the array is having n element from 0 to n, 0 to n minus 1, 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so I will check if I am having only one element. If I will have only one element, if n is equal to 1, means two element 0 and 1. If I am having two elements, then what we will do, out of these two we are going to get the minimum and maximum. If n is equal to 1, then only one element you are having, only one element. Okay, if you are having only one element, if n is equal to 1, then you are going to have only one element, so that element is going to be mean and max. I will declare mean max dot mean is equal to array of 0. If the size of the array is 1, it means it is having only one element 0. Okay, only one element, array of 0, index 0. So that element is going to be both minimum as well as maximum. So min max, minimum as well as maximum is going to your array of. Understood? Else if it is having more than one element, if it is having more than one element, else. So I will go to the next. Else, no need to write else. By using if condition only we will check. By using if condition only we will check. I will go to the next slide. If it is not having, if this is false, and see one thing here also I need to do. If you are having only one element, if you are having only one element, you got that mean and max as both the same. Now after that, no need to go further. Just return the value. Just return min max. Return min max. That min max. Return min max. No need to go further. If it is having only one element, then that element A0 is going to both minimum as well as the maximum. Then return min max. Otherwise, if now we will check if array 0 is greater than array of, if array 0 is greater than array of 1, is the first element is greater than the second element, then maximum is going to this. So min max dot max is going to your array of 0, and min max minimum going to your array of 1, if this is the case. Else, now here you can write the else. Okay, this else is a part of if. Okay, it's a part of this. So we are comparing between these two elements, which is the maximum and minimum. Else min max is going to your, min max going to your, max is now going to your array of 1, because the second element is maximum. Else, and minimum is going to your array of. Understood? So first what we did, we check in here, we check if the size of the array is 1, means only one element is there, then maximum and minimum both going to be array of 0, then maximum minimum is going to both uh, array of 0. Okay, because only one element is there, that element is going to. So i I return the value min max after there only, because if only one element, then no need to compare anything else. So then so return there. So the function will complete it. If n is 1, then function return min max, done. Okay, if it is false, then after that statement it is going to execute. So I am checking between first two element, which one is maximum and minimum. So I need to initialize mean something as mean and max and mean something. If the first element is greater, then mean max, max is going to be array of 0. If the second element is greater than mean max, array of 1 is going to be maximum. See, if condition. If array of 0 is greater than this, then maximum is going to array of 0 and minimum is going to array of 1. Else maximum is going to array of 1 and minimum is going to array of 0. Now I will start from the third element. Okay, so 0 1, index 0 1 we have done, between these two I have checked that which is mean and max. Now start a loop from this 2 3 4 like this. We are going to compare which is the mean max, which is the, and now update the mean max. See, here we got some max and mean. Now take every element and compare whether that new element is maximum or the new element is smaller. Okay, let me write the code, then it will be more clear. So for I equal to 2, I is smaller than L, I plus plus. So one by one I will go and I will check if array of I, the new element that I am seeing, whether it is greater than that the mean, that the maximum I have selected. If it is greater than mean max, maximum will going to change. So if it is greater, then mean max is going to your array of I. This I will check. So every element I will check whether it is greater than mean max or not. If it is greater, then mean max is going to change. And similarly, we will check whether it is smaller than if, and if it is array of I, if it is smaller than minimum, it is smaller than minimum value. This is the minimum, min max. If if it is smaller than min max, then your new min max, then your new mean is going to your array. Understood? After that, return the variable mean max. The mean max is having both minimum value as well as the minimum, as well as the maximum. Okay. Yeah. Is it clear? Please let me know. So this is the simple approach that most of you have told me. So first, if it is only one element, then that element is going to be both minimum as well as the maximum. Else, what we will do, we will check from the first two element which is maximum and minimum, and that I will going to initialize in as a maximum value, as a minimum value. Okay. Now I will start from I equal to 2 and I will go till n minus 1. So from the third element I have starting and I'm checking, and I'm taking every element and checking whether it is greater than the maximum. If it is greater than the maximum, then new max is going to that element. And even that element I'm even checking if that element, whether that element is it smaller. So if array of I, if that same element, if it is smaller than min max mean, so then new mean is going to this because it is smaller than that. Okay, so I'm taking every element, I'm comparing whether it is greater or whether it is smaller than mean, whether it is greater than max or whether it is smaller than mean, and I'm updating. Okay, based on the condition. Okay, see. So this is saying if when I is equal to 2, okay, see with the code, if I take some array, then it will be easy to make me understand. To take some array I'm taking, okay. With that it will be more clear. I'm taking randomly, you give some number. Okay. So 5, 4, 1, 2, 8, 800 I have taken. So number of element here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 I have taken. Index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now code I have started is n equal to 1. No, it is not. So now array of 0, is it greater than array of 1? Is it greater? Yeah, is it greater? Then min max, max is going to your 5, and mean is going to your 4. Okay, it is going to your 5 and minimum is going to your 4. Now I will start, see, now this is done. Now I will start from I equal to 2, okay. So I equal to 2, and I will check whether array of 2 is greater than min max. Array of 2 is your 1, is it greater than min max? No, it is not greater. Done. Now this condition is array of 2, is it smaller than min max mean? So array is 1, is it smaller than min max? Min max, is it smaller than min max mean? Yeah, it is smaller than mean. So your min max will get updated to array of 2, that is your 1. See, array of 2, that is your 1. Okay. Now I will get increment by 3, means increase to 3, because is it incrementing in step 1, because I plus plus. Now array of 3, Array of 3, is it greater than this? No. That array of 3, is it smaller than mean? No. Then increment by 1. Is it greater than this? Yes. Is it greater? Update 8. Is it smaller? No. Increment 5. Is it greater? Yes. Is it smaller? No. Got the min max. Is it clear, Imam? Now is it clear? Now is it clear? Just let me know, Imam. Yeah, Imam is saying clear. So if you see the time complexity, if you see the time complexity here, it's going to execute this till 2 to till n minus 1. Okay, till 2 to n minus 1 we are going to execute the loop. So time complexity is going to your ego of n. Time complexity is going to be your ego of n. Okay, now see here, number of compression. How many number of compression we are getting? Okay, now tell me how many number of compression we are getting. So total number of comparisons we are getting here. See, so here I am doing one comparison. Okay, then one comparison we have did by checking. Then here I am increasing in step of two, sorry, in step of one. Then from third element, I am doing here till how many element for which we are checking means I have written here 0 and 1 I have done. For this I have done one comparison. Then how many element you are left in the array? How many element you are left in the array? So if n is 6, then 6 minus 2, 6 minus 2 is going to your 4. So whatever, if this loop is running till n minus 2 times, n minus 2, and in n minus 2 times this loop is running, and in every execution of this for loop I am doing one comparison here and one comparison here. So total I am doing 2 into n minus 2. The first comparison you have did this one comparison, you did this, then this loop is running till n minus 2 times, because 0 1 you have done. Now for 2 you are starting, till it will go n minus, from 2 it will go to n minus 1. So total element you are having n, and 0 1 index, that's 2 element. For 2 element you have done the comparison. So how many element for which you are doing the comparison? N minus 2, n minus 2. And for every execution of for loop we are doing two comparison. One, this checking with max and checking with mean. Okay, so 2 into n minus 2. Total comparison you are doing here 1 plus 2 into n minus 2. Understood? So in this method, in this method, total number of comparison, this method, total number of comparison, total number of comparison is 1 plus 2 into n minus 2. In in worst case, when you are considering all the cases, all the comparison, when worst case will happen, when you are doing this comparison also, okay, when worst case will happen. See, now let me take the some array. So what I can do, if in case of here I have did if I will make here else, no need to do. So to make also as more good is to reduce the number of comparison. I am here doing else, because if this is done, if array of one, if array of this element, if it is greater than max, then it is not going to be minimum. Okay, so no need to compare both the cases. Okay, no need to compare for both the cases. No need to. So I am doing here else. Okay, no need to compare for both. So I did it else. If these conditions satisfied, then done. No need to go there. Am I clear? See why I am doing here else if, to reduce the number of comparison, because every time I am doing this too, na? Every time I am doing this too. Am I clear? Please let me know. That's why I make here else if. See what I mean? If this condition is true, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have written like this. Okay, I have written like this. In increasing order, I have written. So you will compare these two elements, and max is going to your 2, and mean is going to your 1. Okay. Then you will start from this 2, index 2. You will check if array of 2 is it greater than min max. Yes, is it greater? 3. Done. So no need to go then LCM. No need to go in LCM. So we can reduce the number of comparison. Then index will get increased by 1. Array 4 is it greater than min mix? Yes, is it greater than min mix? Then index here. So this comparison I am not doing. So if it is greater than 5, yeah, 5, yeah, it's greater than 5, so max is going to 5. Again, no need to go here. So if we write here else if, then we can reduce the number of comparison, and that is going to be the best case. That is going to be the best case. So when the number of element are in increasing order, then we are going to get a best case. And in best case, how many comparison we are getting? Here I am getting total, we are having n minus 2 times we are executing the loop, and that many number of times only once comparison, this comparison, and plus 1 for the first case, this 1 2 for this one, for this we require 1, this we require 1. So in best case we are getting 1 plus n minus 2 into 1, that is, someone has told me even n minus 2, that is n minus 1. In best case you are going to get n minus 1 in best case. Okay, in best case you are going to get n minus 1 comparison, but in worst case you are going to get that 1 plus 2 into n minus 2. So when worst case will happen, when worst case will happen, let me take in decreasing order. Increasing order we have seen, na? Now take in decreasing order. Now take in decreasing order. In GATE exam they are asking what is the number of comparison that you require. Okay, now when it is in decreasing order, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So in between these two first two element, you find the max and mean. So max is going to this 5, and mean is going to your 4. Now from 2 you are going to start. Now 3 is it greater than, is it greater? No, is it not greater? Then again you will do one comparison. So else if we are going to 3, is it smaller than 4? Yes, then mean. Now increase I. Now I will check, is it greater? No. Then else again, then 4. Is it greater? No. It is not. 1 is not greater than max. Then again go else if, is it smaller? Yes, is it. This is the worst case. So if the element is in decreasing order, then you are doing both the comparison, So in worst case, you are getting that many number of comparison. This 1 plus 2n minus 2, that is 2 into 2 4. You are getting 2n minus 3. In worst case, you are getting 2n minus 3 comparison. Okay, am I clear? Please let me know whether it is clear or not. In this method, total number of comparison is 1 plus 2n minus in worst case, and 1 plus n minus 2 in best case. In best case, when you are getting best case and worst case, in the above implementation. See, please let me know whether it is clear. In above implementation, in above implementation, so we are having it in three ways. We can find the comparison. Okay, in three ways. So this is one way. The simplest way. They means most student think in that way only. Even when I was in college, I also thought in that way only. But since in just like I have told you, this kind of question are asked in your many product based company as well in service based company. So when you will say that this many number of comparison you require, then they will ask you, can you reduce the number of comparison? Okay, then they will ask you, yes. Now we can reduce that. Okay, so in the above implementation, first case, first case occurs when first case occur when element first case occur when element e when element are sorted in increasing order, when element are sorted in decreasing order, when sorted in descending order, and best case and best case occurs when elements elements are when elements are sorted when elements are sorted in when elements are sorted in increasing order, then you are going to get best case. Okay, if you're done with the writing, then please let me know. Now the second method, the method 2. So we can even reduce. Now in just like this kind of question, now they will ask you, can you reduce the number of comparison? Yes, we can reduce the number of comparison. So we can reduce the number of comparison, that is called as by using tournament method. By using tournament method, very important and popular method. Okay, it is very important and popular method, that is called as tournament method. Okay. So what we do here we don't keep on by checking means like the previous way. Here we don't do like this. What we do here, we use the some concept of, there we have seen like linear search we are doing. Here we are going to use the concept of like the binary search. What I will do, I will divide this array into two half. Okay, and here I will find the mean. In this first half I will try to find the mean and max, and the second half I will try to find the mean and max. Okay, and then I will compare with this mean and this mean, which is the minimum, that is going to give me the mean. This is your mean one, this is your mean two, this is max one, this is your max two. Okay, then these two is going to give me one max two. Understood? So this is going to your, so this way we are going to do. So given array, what I will do, I will divide into two half, and in the first half I will try to find the min max, and in the second half I will try to find the min max. Then I will check whether between two half which is the actual minimum, that is going to the minimum of this full array, and the maximum of this full array. Understood? So now right, this method is saying that divide the array. This is very important. Okay, divide the array divide the array into two parts. So divide the array into two parts and and compare the compare the maximum and minimum, and compare the maximum and minimum of the two parts get the get the get the maximum get the maximum and minimum of the whole array of the whole. Okay, so now I will give you the algorithm, then we will see the implementation. Okay, if you're done with the writing, then you can let me know. Now I will give you the algorithm. If it is done, then you can let me know. In GATE, they have asked these questions. It is your even GATE previous year question. Okay, so if you give n minus 1, then it is going to be incorrect. Okay, because you are having another algorithm, that is tournament method, by which you can reduce the number of completion. Okay, so you write pair to the name is pair mean max mean array. Here I will give you array and the array size. If array size is equal to 1, if only one element is there, then return, return element as both max and min, then return the element both as max and min. If only one element is there, then that element is going to be both max and min. Else if array array size is 2. If array size is 2, then compare between these two elements, which one is the greater, that is going to be the maximum or minimum. One comparison we require. If the we are having two elements, then one comparison. If the element is only one, then no comparison. So one comparison determine one comparison to determine mean and max mean and max. One comparison to determine mean and max. Then return that pair. So return that pair. After that, we will return that. Now else part, when the array size is greater than 2. Else part is when the array size is greater than 2. When array size is greater than when array size is greater than 2, then we are going to do recursion. You do recur for max and mean. Means recursive call, you are going to for max and mean of left half you have to do. Okay, left half you have to do. Can I go to the next slide? If you're done with the writing, then you can let me know. Can I go to the next slide? After that, then again recur for max mean in the second half. Recur for max and mean of right. Okay. So one, after that you find in left half you find the max and mean. In right half, so in right half you find the max and mean. Then you do one comparison. Then you do one comparison determines. Then it is going to one comparison. It determines true max of the, the two condition, but the two candidate or candidate. Okay. One comparison determine true max of two candidates. So you are getting max of the left half and max of the second half. Then you compare that, you are going to get the max of the whole array. Okay. So one comparison required. Then again one comparison. Then again one comparison. One comparison determines true mean of the two the two. And then return then return the the pair of max. Then return the pair of max. Return. Understood? Now see the implementation. Include is dot h. So struct pair. So I'm creating a structure. Why we require to create a structure? Because here we need to retain two elements, and two elements we will not able to return by only single variable. Okay, so that's why we require a structure that will have both maximum and minimum, int max and int min. Okay, int. Now since it is going to return a structure type of that, so return type is going to a struct pair of the function. Okay, now the name of the function is going to your get it min max int array. Okay, so low is indicating the left leftmost index. Okay, and high is indicating the rightmost index. Okay, means if you are having element from 0 to, if you are having an array like this, the low index is this, the high index is So in this function, we have first given the array, then the low index and the high index. Now I will declare one structure of a structure type variable, that mean max, that will have the, that min max variable will have the actual mean and max of the array, this array actual, and one variable that mean max of left side, mean max of left side for this, and one for mean max of right side, mean max of right side. So we declared three variable. One mean max is for the whole array, which is the actual mean max, and this mml mean max left is going to determine mean max of left array, and mmr is going to determine mean max of right hand side array. Okay, and since we are going to do this finding the mean and max in first half and then second half, so I need to divide, I need to find the mid element. For that also I require one mid value. We have seen in the binary search that we require one mid. Okay, so mid will have the mid index. Now if low equal to high, it means we are having only one element. If low is equal to high, low is also here and high is also here, it means we are having only one element. If we are having only one element, it means max and mean is going to be that element only. That's why I'm checking whether it is having only one element. If it is only one element, then max and mean is going to that element only. Okay, understood? So if this is the case true, then inside that mean max mean is going to your array of low or high, you can write, because both index is having the same. Min max going to your array of high, like this. Got it? Now if you are having only one element, your work is done, then return this, return min max, then min max. Understood? Now if it is having two element, so when it will be two element, when low plus 1 is going to your high, and low plus 1 is going to your high. Okay, now see, if low is here and high is here, then low plus 1 is going to your high, so it means it is having two element. Now see, here I have not kept a bracket here. So with the associativity, there is in C there is something called as precedence table. Is having associativity and precedence, means which will be execute first. So plus is having, this is binary operator, is having higher precedence than equal to that condition checking. So it will be execute like low plus 1 then equal to high. Okay, because this plus is having higher priority than this comparison operator. Okay, USDC. Unary operator, this is arithmetic operator. See, first precedence is unary operator, then A is for arithmetic operator. Okay, arithmetic operator. So this is plus is having arithmetic operator, which is having higher precedence, and this C for comparison. Okay, understood? So if you know the precedence table, then you can understood then which statement will execute first, then which operator next, like this. Okay, so it will be execute like this. So if you're not giving bracket also, then also it's fine. If you want to give bracket, then also you can give it. Now if this is the case, means only two element you are having. So you compare between low and high. If array of low is greater than array of high, if it is greater, it means min max is going to your this min max, actual min max, that means max is going to your this min max, max is going to your array of low, and your minimum is going to your array of high. Understood? If this is the case, then you have to do like this. Else, so close this, else if array of low is not greater, if array of low is not greater means if array of I is greater, okay, array of I is greater, then it will go in else, then min max is going to your array of I, and min max of min going to your array of low, return, then min, is for this. Please let me know if you're done with the writing. Is it clear? For only one element we have checked. For two element also we have checked. Now for the other, if it is having more than two element, having more than two elements. First find mid value, mid index. So mid is going to your low plus high by 2. This is one way you can do, or low plus the difference between high minus low by 2. Okay. Add low with that. So both is same only, is going to give you the mid index. Now you call the MML, call that get min max. Yeah, I'm doing recursive call. Name is get min max. Get min max, then array. Low is going to your low only, and max is going to your mid. You are finding the min max on the first half. Okay, for the first half. So this MML is going to have the minimum and maximum in the first half. Then you call that get min max is on the right. Okay, you can find it also in the right hand. So right half will be start from mid plus one, then high. That is mm. Okay, that is mm. Understood? Please let me know whether it is clear or not. So if it is greater than, if that element is having more than two element, then first I will find the mid element, mid index, low plus high by 2. Okay. Then I'm going to find the mix, mean and max on the first half. First half. Okay, so low, then mid, then maximum I'm going to find from mean and max in the right hand half, mid plus 1. Understood? Now this is having the mean max in the left half, this is having mean max on the right half. Now I will compare the mean of this and mean of this, which is the going to be the minimum, is going to the actual mean, okay, of the whole array. So now I will check if mml mean max of left dot mean. So I'm taking the mean value of that. If it is smaller than min max of right mean, then actual mean max is going to your actual mean max of mean is going to, so actual mean is going to your this one. Okay, going to else else mean max is going to your this one. Okay, is not greater, then mean is going to your, okay. Similarly we will find for the maximum. Now if mml max is greater, if it is greater than mm, so this was the l, this was will be the r, so right hand side max. So if left hand side max is greater, then maximum of whole array is going to this one, mml max, else in max is going to, or otherwise max is going to, understood? So return, after that return min max. Min max is a structure. Okay, it is a structure. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. This question is asked in your gate. Okay, now I will take one array and I will try to execute this, then it will be more clear. Take the array having 1011, then 3, 1, then 4, 3, 0, then 5, 3000. Okay, so low here is going to your 0, low here is going, and high here is going to your 5. Number of element into your 6. Total we are having 6 elements. Okay, first it is saying check whether it is having. So I am creating one array function call I am doing 8 min max. I'm writing just to him. Then array this, low is your 0, high is your 5. Okay, then checking low equal to high. No, not equal to a, low equal to high. So it is not going to do. This condition is not satisfied. Then low 1 plus equal to high. No, this condition is again not satisfied. Then it will go here. Mid is equal to low plus high by 2. Mid is going to, now mid here is going to here. 5 by 2 is going to your 2. Then see, it is again calling mml, is calling mml, sorry, yes, it will return on mml 8 min max on array a, low then mid. So low is your 0, low is your 0, mid is your 2. Okay, so this function call will happen now. It will go get mm. I have divided, first I have divided into two halves. See, 0 2. I have divided this into two halves, then array, then 0. Now again mid will call. See, because low is not equal to high and low plus 1 is not equal to high, because 0 plus 1 is going to 1, 1 is 1. So again mid will be called. Again we will calculate the mid. Mid is going to 1 because low plus high by 2 is going to 1. So again get mm array 0, low is 0 and mid 1. This will call and it will return on mml. It will return on mml. Okay. Now see, when we will call get mm on a01. Now if you see here, if you add low plus 1, you are going to get high. Low plus 1, 0 plus 1 is 0 1, means it is having two elements. So if it is having two elements, see, it is having two element, low plus I is equal to low plus 1 equal to high, then we will just compare these two elements. I will find the min max, means the actual mean of this array. Actual mean of this array we will find. So mean max is going to your, so after comparison we will find max is going to your 1000 and mean is going to your, min max mean is going to your 11. Okay, so after that we have divided into this this first we divided this, then we have divided in. Okay, now here we have find that this is your minimum, this is your maximum, and now it will return here, return here. It that mml mean is going to your 1000, so mean is going to 111 and maximum is going to your 1000. Okay, now after that, see, after that get mean max, you are going to call get mean max on mid plus 1 and high. After that it is going to do get min max array mid plus 1. See, mid plus 1, 1 plus 1 2, 2 mmr, that is going to give you Min max of right hand side. So if you call min max on right hand side, it is having only one element, low equal to high. You are going to get only 455. So this is going to give this gate mm on a 2 2. You are going to get here, you are going to get here uh, low equal to high. So mean is going to your same 445, as well as min max is going to your 445. Okay, your 445. So, and then after that it will return. You are going to get here 445. Min max of right hand side here, we are going this. Okay, it means in this side for mml, max is going to your, max is here 1000, and mean is going to your 1 1. And for this is a structure which is having two value, max and mean. So here max as well as mean is going to the same, that is 445. Here also 445. Now this part, this you have done, you have called on left hand side or right hand side, you have done. Now you are going to do compare between the mean max of this, between the mean of this with this, and max of that. Here you find the min max, here you find the min max. Now compare between the min max with these two array, then you are going to get the actual min max of, okay, actual min max of this array. So if you compare, see how it is comparing. Mean max of left hand side mean, if it is smaller than mean max of right hand side mean, then mean max, actual mean max, this mean max is the actual mean max of mean is going to this. Okay, so here you are going to get mean max. After that mean max, here mean is going to your, mean is going to your here 11, and max is going to your this, max is going to your mean max is going to your 1. After this it is going to return here. So you have done that one, get min max a02 is done. In this first half you have find which is the mix minimum and maximum. Minimum you find this 11, and maximum you find this. Now on right hand side you will do get mm array, then it is mid plus 1. Mid plus 1 is 3, then 5. So like this same way you will execute, and here you will get max is equal to, same way you will find it. Max is going to your this, and mean is going to your this. Okay, sorry, mean is going to your this one. If you will tell me, then I will again execute this on, I can show you if you want, I can show you. Let me show you so that it will be more clear. Let me show you. I will call on 8. See, if any algorithm is there, if you execute on the some input, then it will be more clear. Okay, then you will able to understand how it is working. Okay, so now I'm doing get mm array was having, right hand side was having 1 1 330 330 3000. Its index is was from 4, no 3 4 5. Okay, 3 4 5. It's a very important question. Okay, 3 and 5. We are calling the array get max, get in max array. Mid plus 1 was your 3. See, 3 you called, 3 and 5, 3 and 5 we call. So low is not equal to high, so it is not having one element. Low plus 1 is not equal to high. 4 is 3 plus 1 is 4, means it is not having two elements. Again I will do the mid. So 3 plus 5 is going to 8. 8 by 2 is going to your 4. Going to your 4. We are going to call, going to again do to call mml get min max on a array low and 4. Okay, low and mid, that is going to mml. So here you have again divided into two half. Now in these two, that mml a34, now it is having two element, low plus 1 going to your high, is having two element, is having two elements. See, this condition will be false, low is equal to high, no, low plus 1 is equal to high, means it is having two element. Now we will compare which one is greater, and that is going to your, that is going to your maximum and minimum. So mean max of this array of 3 to 4, mean is going to your 1 and max is going to your, max is going to your 330. After this it will return here this mml is having mean as 1, because it is going to return, it's going to return mean max. Mean max is going to have stored where in mml, where mean is going to this and max is going to your 330. Now mmr is going to execute on 8 on a, that is mid plus 1 is going to your, see mid is your 4, then 5 on 5. Now see here, low and high same, low and high is equal to same, only one element is there. If you call this get mm a 5 5, so you are going to get, oh means maximum minimum is going to that element here only. Okay, so mean max, mean is going to your that 3000, mean max mean is going to your 3000, as well as max is going to your 3000, since only one element is there. Okay, then will return that mean max, return mmr is going to have, mmr is going to have this mean equal to 3000 and max is equal to 3000. Okay, now we are going to compare this is done. 3 to 5 we have called this function, we got the mml and mmr, then we are going to do the actual comparison. See, after this and this mml and mmr mean, we are comparing between these two, which is the actual mean and which is the actual max. After that we are going to get here actual mean. So actual mean is going to be 1, actual mean is going to be 1 for this, for this mean max, mean is going to your 1 and maximum is going to your 3000, maximum is going, okay. So in right hand side we have found that mean is 1 and maximum is 1. In left hand side we find out that max is 1000 and minimum is 11. So this is the mean, this is the max. Now we will return to, see this is going to return, this is going to return where, this is going to return here, here 8 a35. Now this is the actual left and this is the actual right. Now between these two actual left and right, now between these two actual left and right, now between these two actual left and right, it will have this one mml this, then mmr this, having mean 1 and max equal to 3000. Now we will compare between these two, max is going to this is going to the final maximum and minimum is going to minimum. Understood? So we are dividing the bigger problem in halves, then again half, then again half, and then comparing, finding the min max in the half. Then within the two half, we are comparing which is the actual mean and which is the actual max. Am I clear? Please let me know. Now see, if I assume that time complexity of this gate min max on actual low and actual high is Tn, then this is doing constant time. Now for comparison, this also constant time. Now this for calculating mid also it is going to take constant time. Now you are going to call this gate min max on the first half. So on first half, if the size of the array was n, then it was taking the time complexity is as t of n. When the size will reduce by n by 2, then it will take tn by 2. Then it will also take tn by 2. Will also take tn by 2. And this all things is going to take constant time. So recurrence recurrence relation going to your t of n equal to 2t n by 2 plus constant, that is your 1, you can take as a 1 when n is greater than 2. When n is greater than 2, why? Because if it is having only one element, then also it's only taking constant time. Only one element, then also it's taking constant time. When n is two element, when low plus 1 is equal to high, then also it is just doing one comparison and it is returning. So if if n is smaller than equal to 2, then it is taking constant time. So this is the recurrence relation. Now if you solve this recurrence relation Tn, so by using master theorem we can solve that. By using master theorem we can. Now tell me what is going to be the time complexity by using master theorem. Tn, so Tn this we have to solve by 2 plus 1. So here a is going to 2 greater than equal to 1, b is equal to 2 greater than 1, and k is equal to 0 and p is also equal to 0. See, k is 0, that's why here we are getting 1, and p is also 0. So now we'll compare a and b to the power k. A is your, b is your, a is your, that is your 1. So a is greater than equal to 1. So a is greater than b to the power k. Then tn is going to you, yeah, n to the power log a base b, yeah, n to the power log a is your 2 constant. So it is going to your 1 u of t, that is theta. What theta? Time complexity we got theta. Understood? Now space complexity. Now space complexity, since it is a recursive function, हाँ हो सकती है अभिषेक. Now space complexity going to your the time that we require, that the space we require for this, since it is a recursive function. Since it is a recursive function and we are dividing that function by half, then again half, then again half. So whenever you are doing these things, so if you will see, when this kind of question I have did, then tn, then tn by 2, okay, 2 tn by 2, then again tn by 4, like this. Whatever will be the length of the, whatever will be the length of the length of the tree, whatever will be the length of the tree, that is going to be your, or height of the tree, that is going to your space complexity. For this kind of problem we have seen that the height of the tree is going to your, tell me, height of the tree is going to your log n, space complexity is going to your of log n. Yeah, correct Abhishek. Okay, so for this kind of question we have seen that always the height of the tree is going to be log n. Understood? The space complexity is going to be, so we have seen space complexity and the time complexity. Now we are going to see, now we are going to see comparison. Comparison, we have to find how many comparison we are doing. So now write total number of comparison. Total number of total number of so let number of comparison be T of n. So I'm assuming that number of comparison be T of n. Okay, now I'm finding the comparison. So how many comparison we are required? T of n. Now if n is equal to n is having only one element. N is having only one element. N is having only one element. Then low is equal to high. So no comparison we are doing. Just we are assigning that value as the both low. If low is equal to high, then mean max is going to that element only. Okay, mean max is going to that element only. So number of comparison, how many you require? If it is having one element, when it is having two element, how many comparison we require? Two comparison. Sorry, one comparison. We need to compare from the low with the high. Now, if n is greater than two, then we are doing this call this we are doing this call. Okay, one this call we are doing and this call we are doing. So for input n, if it was t of n, then it is for t of n by 2. So will be t of n by 2, and it will be floor, because one is going to be floor and another is going to mid plus 1. So that is going to be ceiling in plus 2. Then after that we are doing, after returning that we are doing two comparison. After returning that we are doing two comparison. One, after this call we are returning the mean max on mml and mmr. Then we are doing one comparison here and one comparison here. So total we are doing two comparison. Okay, that is going to your plus. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. See, if if n is a power of 2, if n is a power of 2, then p of floor n by 2 equal to, yeah, correct, that you are going to p of till n by 2 going to get both as same t n by 2 as t n by 2, because if you take n equal to 2 power 8 divisible by 2, so it is going to 2 to the 7. Whether you take floor or seal, you are going to get same number. You are going to get same number. Okay, so if n is a power of 2, then d of is floor and this is going to be. Now we will solve this recurrence. Now we will solve this recurrence and we will get the number of comparison. Okay, tn is going to your 2t n by 2 plus 2. And here we should not apply master theorem. Master theorem gives the that asymptotic notation. Here we need exact value. Here we need exact value. Okay, we need to solve this. 2t means for tn minus c. If tn is there, then it is dividing into 2 half of the problem, then plus 2. So for n by 2, will go into 2, n by 4, it will divide into 2. Okay, so that is going to 2 square also, you can say that. Say that 2 square, then plus 2. Okay, so 2 square t n by 2 square plus 2 square. See, 2 into 2, 2 square. Now again I will break this tn by 2 square. Okay, we got 2 square, so 2t n by 2 cube plus 2 plus 2, and already I'm having 2 square plus 2. You are going to get 2 to the power cube t n by 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to the power 3 plus 2 square. See, 2 square into 2 is going to be 2 to the power 3, then 2 square. Okay. Similarly, if you will take again, if you will break, then it is going to be 2 t n to the power 2 to the power of 4, then plus 2 plus 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to the power square plus 2. You are going to get 2 to the power 4 t n by 2 to the power 4 plus 3 and 1 is going to 2 to the power 4, to the power 3 and 2 to the power 2. Like this it will keep on going. See, whatever power I am having here, that is also I am having here, and that is also I am having here, then it is reducing by 1. Okay, so I am assuming now for k, then t n by 2 to the power k, n by 2 to the power k, t n by 2 to the power k plus per k plus 2 to the power k minus 1 plus 2 to the power k minus 2. Like this it will go till 2 to the power 1. Okay, so I am assuming 4 is equal to k. Okay, I am assuming as a common term k. So you can write it as 2 to the power k t t n by 2 to the power k, and this I am writing in the beginning. Then 2 is that, then okay, going till 2 to the power k minus 1 plus 2 to the power k. Is it clear? Please let me know till now whether it is clear or not. Till now whether it is clear or not. Now what I will do, I need to get, when n is equal to 2, I am getting one compression. Since I need to substitute n is equal to 1, so I need to make this thing, this n by 2k is equal to 2. N by 2k is equal to 2. So for this, if I make assume, let me write first. Now because I want, use initial, use the initial condition, initial condition, initial condition, let n equal to 2 to the power k plus 1. So to use the initial condition, I am assuming n equal to 2 to the power k plus 1. So that 2 to the power k will get cancelled out and I will get 1. 2 to the power 1 I will get, that is going to 2. Therefore is going to, see here it's 2k. What I am doing, I am multiplying with 2 and dividing by 2. It's going to be 1 only. That's why I'm doing. Now t in place of n, I am writing this per k plus 1 by 2 per by 2 to the power k, then 2 square per 3, then to the power k minus 1 plus 2 to the power k. Is it done? Can I go to the next slide? So we are going to get here 2 to the power k plus 1 by 2. Amina has taken t of 1 equal to. So it's going to be k plus 1 by 2. Now it will get divided, then you are going to get 2 here. You are going to get t of 2, then plus 2 plus 2 square, then 2 to the power 3 power 4 till 2 to the power k. You are getting till 2 to the power k. Now this is growing, this is 1, and 2 to the power k plus 1 you can write as n by 2, then it is 2 1. It is in gp, this is increasing, this is increasing in gp. So we will solve this. Here a is equal to 2, a is equal to 2, and r is going to, r is also going to. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. I think it is clear. So sum is going to this a r to the power n minus 1, r minus 1, a is your 2, r is your 2, n is the number of term is going to your k minus 1, then 2 minus 1 is going to your 1 only. You are going to get 2 into minus 2, that is going to 2 into k plus 1 minus 2. This place you are going to get 2 into k plus 1 minus 2. I know that 2 to the power k plus 1 is your n. I have assumed n equal to, I have assumed n equal to 2 to the power k plus 1. I have assumed n equal to 2 to the power k plus 1. Here I am writing, so here I will write n minus 2. So it is going to n by 2, n by 2 plus n minus 2. So I will take the LCM of these two. I am going to get 2 n here 3 n minus 2. So we are going to get 1 minute. Here you are going to get 2. Wait, sorry, going to get 10 because then you are going to get 3 by 2 n 3n by 2 you are going to get plus 2 to solve this, and you are got 3n by 2. Okay, understood. Thus, thus the approach, thus the approach does 3n by 2 minus 2 comparisons if n is a power of 2, power of 2. Otherwise it will take little bit more. Method 3 is comparing pairs. Okay, comparing pairs. Compare in pairs. In pairs you have to compare. So what that method means, if I will give you some array, let us assume the previous array that I have given you. Okay, so let me take the previous array that I have given you is containing it was containing 1000, 1000, then 11, then 445, then 1, then 330, then 3000, then 3000. Okay, so index is from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now it is saying that compare in pair means you have to do some pair and then you have to compare. So here you are having how many elements? 6 elements. So when it is even number, when it is a even number, then you can compare in two pairs. See, just like here you can compare between these two. First you consider mean and max between your first two elements. So here is your 1000, here is your 1. So which is minimum and maximum between these two? Maximum is going to your 1000 and minimum is going to your 11. Minimum is going to your 11 and maximum is going to your 1000. Okay, so first you find the max and min between comparing the first two element, in comparing the first two element, then you compare between, create a two pairs. Okay, you created a two pairs. Now between these two, which is max? This 445 is max and this is mean. Then compare between these two with this max. I will compare with your actual max that you have taken. So which is max between 445 and 1000? 1000 only. So 1000 is going to your max. Now between these two, between this pair, this is minimum. So you compare this minimum with your the actual minimum that you have got. So which is minimum? 1 and 11. 1. So you make it as 1. So what I am doing, first I am creating pairs of 2. First I am creating a pairs of 2. Okay. So in between 1011, first I found which is max and minimum. Then between these two I have find out which is max and minimum. Then between these two, 330 and 3000, I will find which will be the max and minimum. So max is going to be 3000 here. So maximum is here 3000 and minimum is your this. Now with that maximum between this pair, I will compare with your actual maximum. Okay, so the maximum is going to your this, it will get over, and minimum is going to your this 3330 and here 1. So 1 is the minimum only. Okay, so in this way we are going to do. So what we are doing here, we are just creating a pairs. We are creating a pair. We are creating a pair, and with the pair which is having max or minimum, with that I am comparing with our actual max and the mean. Am I clear? Please let me know whether it is clear or not. समझ में आया क्या? क्लियर है क्या? ओके, Madhura is saying yes, sir. Rathore is saying yes, sir. Fine. And this is the case when it is even. Now, when it is odd, when I am having a odd array, okay. So when it is even, then I'm able to make a 2-2 pair. I'm able to make a 2-2 pair. When it is odd, then 1000, then 11, then 445, then 1 and 330. Okay, I'm assuming this. So what I will do, I will assume the first element as max as well as mean. So your max and mean I am assuming as 1000, max as 1000 and mean also as 1000. Okay. Now between remaining, I will have the element which I can divide into pair of two. I got a pair. Now between these two pair, I will find which is max. This is max. Max is your 445 and mean is your this 11. Now I will compare with our max and mean that I have assumed that is going to be the max and mean. So it is max 1000 between 445 which is max. So max is now again 1000 only and mean is going to your 11. Okay. Now between these two pair I will find the max and mean. This is the max, this is the mean. Now between this max and mean I will compare with our max and mean. Okay. So this is maximum only. Sorry, 330 is not max. So this is maximum. So max will remain as it is. Now in this pair, the minimum is 1. Now with this mean, I will compare with our actual mean that I have considered. Our mean is saying 11. So in this pair, the minimum is 1. If I compare between this mean and this mean, this is going to the minimum. So I will override. Understood? That is the compare by pair. So here I am not comparing one by one. I am just creating a 2-2 pair. Okay, 2-2 element. And there I am finding the max and mean of that. And that with that max and with that minimum, and comparing with our actual max and mean. I will comparing with our actual max and mean. Is it clear? Is it clear? Please let me know. So this is the algorithm that we are going to do. That's why it is called as compare. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. Compare in pair. Okay. So whatever I have told you now, that I will write. Hope it is clear to all of you. So now write whatever I have told you. I will write now. If n is odd, then initialize. Starter is saying yes. What happened today? The strength is very less. If n is odd, then initialize mean and max as first element, mean and max as first element. So if n is odd, then we are initializing the first element as mean as max. And if n is even, if n is even, if n is even, then initialize, then initialize, then initialize mean and max as minimum, as minimum and maximum, and maximum, minimum and maximum of the first two, of the first two, the first two elements, the first two elements respectively, of the first two element respectively. Okay, the first two element respectively. For rest of the for rest for rest of the elements, pick them in pair. So we are picking them in pair. Okay, pick them in pairs, and compare their maximum and minimum with max and mean respectively, and compare their sorry and compare, I need to write compare, and compare their maximum, maximum and minimum, and minimum with max and mean, mean respectively, with max and mean respectively. Okay, so what I am saying, if n is odd, then initialize mean and max as the first element if n is odd. Okay, and if n is even number, then initialize mean and max as the minimum and maximum of the first two element. Between first two element, which is the mean and max, that you initialize in mean and max. Okay, the minimum and maximum is going to be the mean and max if n is odd out of the first two element. Then after that, for the rest of the element, pick them in pair and compare their maximum and minimum with the mean and max, with the max and mean respectively. So max we will compare with this, maximum we will compare with max, and minimum we will compare with minimum. Okay, and we will change, if max is going to be greater than maximum is going to be greater than max, then that is going to be our max. Okay, understood now? Please let me know whether it is clear or not, and if you're done with the writing, then please let me know. Now this is the algorithm. Now I will write the code. Okay, the implementation. Now we will see the implementation. So this is the best method to find the maximum and minimum of an array, maximum element and minimum element of an array. So now write the code. Include the studio. So first I am writing the code, then I will explain. Okay, let me first write it. Struct pair int min int max. Okay, this is the structure which is having mean and max. Okay, now it will return the pair only, struct pair. The name of the function is get mean max. Get mean max. The array is int array. Size is int n. Okay, now it is having, we will declare a variable struct pair mean max. So mean max is a variable of this structure type. So mean max is having a both variable mean and max. Now int I another variable. Okay. Now this is the size of the array. This is the array. Now if we'll check if n mod 2 is equal to 0, means the number of the element is even. If n divided by 2 is equal to 0, then we have to compare first two element, and out of these two, whichever is the maximum, that will be initialized in max, and whichever is the minimum, that will I will initialize in mean. Okay, is it done? So if array of 0 is greater than array of 1, then maximum is going to this. So that variable max is going to your array of 0, and minimum is going to your this. Okay, else min max is going to your, if it is not greater, then this is the greater array of 1, and minimum is going to your array of 0. So if n is, and I need to initialize I equal to 2, because 0 1 I have done, then I will start I equal to 2. Okay, so if n is even, then I have initialized the maximum and minimum by comparing the first two elements. Now in else part, the max and minimum is going to your the first element only. Mean max, mean is also going to your array of 0, and maximum is also going to your array of 0. Okay, in else part, when number of element is odd. Okay, so when number of element is odd, then I will start iteration from I equal to 1, because only 0th element I have initialized I equal to 1. Okay, so previously, since it is odd, I have compared the two element. So I have started from the third index, that is, since index start from 0, so I have initialized as 2. Now when it is odd, then I have assumed the first element both as maximum and minimum. So I start the iteration from the second element, so index is going to be Understood? Now I will compare while I is smaller than n minus 1. So I am comparing till n minus 2 because I am saying I is smaller than n minus 2. So it will go till n minus 2. Okay. Because I am comparing two elements. See what I am doing. When I have taken this element 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here the number of element is odd. Number of element is odd. So this element I have considered as both max and mean. Then I will do this comparison. So index will be I equal to 1. Then I will increase the index plus 2. Then I will increase I here, I equal to 3. Because this element I have taken, see what I will do. I will compare just like if array of I, if it is greater than array of I plus 1, like this, like this. So I have compared 1 and 2 with that. So then again I will increase I plus 2. So I have increased plus 2. Okay, that is going to be 3. Further, no required to increase because when I is 3, I will compare these two elements. When I is 5, then I will compare these two elements. Understood? So that's why I am writing the loop that it should run till n minus 1. Please let me know whether it is clear or not because I should go till here. Is it clear? So now I'm checking array of I. This element, is it greater than this element? If it is greater, then I will check. Then I will check whether this element. See, I found that these two element, between these two element, I found that this is the max. Then this max I will compare whether this max is greater than your max that you initialized that you initialized. Okay, are you getting it? समझ में आ रहा है सभी को? Are you getting it? So it is going to your mean max max. Okay. If this is the case, if this element is greater, then mean max is going to your array of I. Okay. So if this is greater, then again we have checked whether that element is greater than max. Then this is the, so it means now it is small. Now with this small, I will check whether it is small with minimum. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. Between these two elements, I have compared that this first one is greater. Then with that element, I am comparing whether that is greater than maximum or not. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. So now the smallest is between these two is this. Now I will check if array of I plus 1, is it smaller than min max mean. If it is smaller, then min max is going to your this one. Then again override mean is equal to array of this array of. Okay. Now this if is done. See, for this if let us assume 1. For this if it is done when the first element is greater than the second one. Okay, between the two pair, if the first one is greater than the second one, then check again whether this is greater than that, or check the next one whether it is, or else case what it will happen. Else case else case means this is the greater. If this is the greater means the second element is greater, then check whether is it greater than the maximum. Array of I plus 1, is it greater than the maximum? So if it is even means between these two pair, whichever is the maximum, is it even maximum with our max? So then if it is even greater than our max, then initialize that with this one, array of I plus 1. Okay. Else, no, not else. Again check if array of I, this is the smaller. In else case means this is the smaller, whether this is even smaller than this min max mean. Min max mean, if it is even smaller, then then this is going to be our minimum. Then this is going to our minimum. Understood? So between every pair I am finding the maximum and minimum, and with the maximum, that between these two pair, whatever is the maximum, I am comparing that maximum with our max. Okay, and if that between the pair one, if that maximum is greater than that, between pair maximum is greater than our maximum, then we will overwriting our actual maximum, means we are changing our maximum. Am I are you getting it? Is it clear? So now this is done. So this is done, see. So I have checked between the pair, so this else part is done. Now I will increment I equal to I plus 2, like this it will go. First I have checked for ith element, then when I came to in first position, when I came to first position here, so there I am taking these two, then I need to go to index 3, so that's why I'm making I equal to I plus 2 and then close the while loop. So before closing the while loop, so this I have closed the while loop. See, while loop is closed. So let me give some name for while loop. It's give some 2. Okay, then I close the while loop. While loop is closed. So after execution of while loop, it will get the maximum and minimum. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. Till now, whether it is clear or not. They find the maximum and minimum. Now see, for this I have given the closing. For that we have given. For this is the if. For this is the. Okay. Here I think that I have given 2 times. N is equal to. Okay. That should be in the next also I have given. Okay. This is the, if n is equal to, this is the parenthesis. Okay. This is the parenthesis. Now I have done, and I have to return the maximum and minimum. I have find the maximum and minimum. Now I have to return that. See, this is not closed yet. See, this is closed. If n is odd, sorry, if n is even, I have initialize maximum minimum. Else part I have done. Now I have executed the loop. So this while also I have finished. And after that I will return the, after execution I am going to return min max. Is it clear? So I have written min max. If you want, I can show you with the example. Tell me what is going to be the time complexity and the space complexity. If you understood it, then try to give me the time. See your notebook and try to analyze. Give me the time complexity and space complexity. Try it. Try to find. See here, one just this will take constant time. Now comparison also take constant time. Now while loop is running. While loop is running, yeah, till half number of times. So it is going to your big of n. Asymptotic wise, it is going to your big of n. Now what is going to be the space complexity? Understood, na? Space complexity is going to be constant. That's why big of 1. See here, we require just the variable min max and I, no other. Okay, so space complexity is going to be big of 1. Now we will see comparison. Now tell me total number of comparison. Total number of comparison. Okay, so total number of now comparison we will find. So it is going to be different for even and odd. It is going to be different for even and odd. Okay, different for even and odd n. Okay, it is going to be different for the, if the array is having odd number of size is odd, then it is going to be differ. If the array size is even, then also it is going to be differ. Okay, if n is odd, now try to find if n is odd, then how many comparison you are going to do. First, you people give me the answer. First, you try, okay? Because this is the last topic of this last method. I have taught you how to find the number of comparison. First, you try. What is going to be the number of comparison if n is odd? How many comparison you are going to do? Means how many greater you will check. If n is odd, then how many? See the code. If n is odd, then what will happen? When n is even, this is one comparison they will take. But if n is not even, okay, n is odd, means here you have to consider here. Here only comparison is there. Please think. This is the case. Now first tell me if n is odd, how many number of times this while loop is going to run? Correct, Ratu. Correct. Very good. How many number of times this while loop is going to be execute? Yeah, correct, Imam. It is going to be execute till no, not exactly n minus 1 number of element will be remaining. See, if n is odd, sorry, if n is odd, see 0 1 2 3 4 5. So in I am having n equal to 5 element, okay, and total index will start from 0 to 4. So I'm having 1 2 3 4 5 5 elements I'm having. First element I have assumed as this. First element I have assumed as the max and min. Now, how many element we are remaining? I am having n minus element. No, no, you are correct, Rathor. Let me come to your. So, you are remaining how many elements in the array? N minus 1 element. And it is executing by 2. Why? Because here 1, I equal to 2, then plus 2, this. So, this loop will execute only 2 times. Only 2 times. So, total number of times it is going to execute is n minus 1 by 2. Am I clear? So this loop is going to execute n minus 1 by 2 times when n is odd. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. Because when n is odd, you are remaining with n minus 1 element. I will start from 1. See, I is going to start with 1. Then I plus 2. I plus 2 is 3. Then I plus 2 is your 5. Not smaller than n minus 1. It will not go inside. Okay. Am I clear? Please let me know. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. So you are remaining, you are having total number of times this loop will run is n minus 1 by 2. So for odd number, when it is odd, then this while loop is going to execute this many number of times. Now, for every times when this while loop is running, it is doing y am dividing by 2. If you are having the, you know that if the array, 1 minute, if the array is having odd, then total element you are left 0 1 2 3 4. So total I am having now total here I am assuming n equal to 5. Number of element here is 5. Okay. Now if n is odd, then this case will happen else part. Mean and max is going to this only. Mean and max. Okay. So you are left with how many element? N minus 1. See 4 n minus 1. Now when I will start from 1, is it smaller than n minus 1? 4? Yeah. Then after this loop, this if, then I will increment to I plus 2. I will increment to I plus 2. Then I will go, first I was here 1, then it will go to 3. Then after when I is 3, it will compare 3 with index 3 and 4. Done. Then again after here I will increment to plus 2, that is your 5, which is not smaller than this. So it will not go again inside the loop. It will not go inside the loop. So only see when n is odd, that is 5, how many times this while loop is running? 2 times only. two times only, two times. So you are having when n minus 1 n minus 1 number of element, when n minus 1 number of element, then you are just doing first, then third, then fifth, then like this. Okay, you are not comparing all the element, means you are comparing with every element as a pair, but index of I is going to take only just like if 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, like this. Understood, Imam? Like this it is going to be. So it is, this index 2 is not going to be the ith value, this is not going to be the ith value. So you are skipping, you are, see here, you are not running for I plus plus, this loop is not running like I plus plus. See, I have shown you in the time complexity, it is increasing as I plus 2, means total number of times it is going to be run is n by 2, like this. So here the total element is n minus 1, so this loop is going to be run for n minus 1 by 2, n minus 1 by 2. Now please let me know if you are still having doubt. I can again explain. Again, please let me know whether it is clear or not. So total number of times this loop, this, when n is odd, you are going to execute this many times, and in every times you are having three comparisons, so you are going to get 3 into n minus 1 by 2. Am I clear? Please let me know. Am I clear? Please let me know. So when n is odd, the number of comparison is going to your, when n is odd, the number of comparison is going to your 3 into n minus 1 by 2. Fine. Now similarly, you try to find if n is odd, when n is even. जब even होगा तब कितने comparison? Similarly, try to find. Okay. See, I have taught you how to find the number of comparison. Now when it is even, then how many comparison you will. So this is the best way. Okay, this is the best way out of all these three. So in your product based company, they will ask in the same way. First, you will say, sir, by linear search I can do. Then they will ask you, can you reduce the number of comparison? Then you have given tournament method. Then they will further ask you, can you reduce it? Then after that, if you have given the compare in pair, then you are going to be get selected. Like this only you are going to get selected. Okay. See, when n is even, see here it is going to start n mod 2 equal to 0. You have did one, no, this is not a comparison. When n is mod 2, this condition if get satisfied, then only we can say that it is even, then you will go here, then you will go here. So this condition, this comparison, so you are doing one comparison. If odd, sorry, if even, odd we have seen, if it is even, when we can say that it is even, when n mod 2 is equal to 0. So when it is even, then you are doing this one comparison, because between first two element you need to find which is max and mean. So you have did one comparison, this one comparison you have did, and you have started the loop, means you have set I equal to 2, you set I equal to 2. So one comparison, then I equal to 2. Okay, now means, let me erase this. Okay, now tell me here, how many element will be left when it is even? When it is even, then how many element will be left? How many element will be left? Please tell me, because I have did one comparison in the beginning. Please tell me. So you have seen that I is equal to 2. You have seen that I is equal to 2, and because of, since it is even, you have compared this, you have did one comparison, you have compared one comparison. Then you are left with how many element? N minus 2 element. Yeah, n minus 2 element. Total in the beginning you are having n element. Okay, now since you are again starting with I equal to 2, means 0th index and first index you have worked. You have worked the 0 index and 1 index, you have worked. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. You left with n minus 2 element in the array. You left with n minus 2 element. In n minus 2 element you are going to execute. So we have started with I equal to 2 when it is even, and when it is even you have already compared between these two elements, so you have done one comparison. Now you will insert inside the loop. So since you left with n minus 2 element and it is increasing with step 2, so total number of times this while loop is going to be execute n minus 2 by 2. Because if it will increase in case of plus 1, if I will increase plus 1 in step 1, then it will execute this while loop n minus 2 times, n minus 2 times. If I'll make here I plus plus, then this while loop is going to execute n minus 2 times, but it is increasing in step 2. So that's why it will, this while loop will run till by 2, means half of that n minus 2 by 2. Okay, is it clear? Please let me know whether it is clear or not. Yeah. So now you know that in every step, in every while loop, you are having three comparisons. So it is going to be 3 into n minus 2 by 2 plus 1. So total comparison you are going to get. Understood now? Because every time whenever you are inserting in this while loop, we are doing three comparison. One comparison this, then in the body, in the if part if true, then 2, in else part is again 2. Okay. So if n is even, then 1 plus 3 into n minus 2 by 2, that is you are going to get 1 plus 3n minus 6 by 2. Okay. So if you solve this, then you're going to get 2 here, then here 2 plus 3n minus 6. So 3n minus 4 by, that is 3n by 3. So if you solve this, you are going to get 3 by 2 into n minus 2. Is it clear? You can, if you want, you can even solve this also. You're going to get 3n minus 3. So you have seen that all the three method you have seen. So second and third method, that the tournament method, second and third method, second and third approach, second and third approaches makes equal number of comparison, equal number of comparisons when n is a, when n is a power of, when n is a power of 2, it is doing equal number of comparison. Okay. So in general, so this is fine only, let just close the, till that it is fine. So when n is 2, there the, this was also, it is same as tournament method. Okay, 3n by 2 minus 2. Understood? So we have completed this. Anyone is still having any doubt?